Assalamu alaikum, good morning, namaste all. Right, today we are going to discuss about the electronic configuration because here electronic configuration is very important. So based on the electronic configuration we can find the position in the periodic table, means which group it belongs and period, and based on that group we can find the number of valency electrons. Based on the number of valency electrons you can find its valency, its nature, oxidation states, these are all many things. So that's what is a very useful and important. So let us start our session. Electronic configuration. Suppose an atom is having some number of electrons, say that 1 2 3 4 5. So here how these electrons are distributed in an atom. Suppose you can be considered the school. In the school, pre-primary, primary, high school students are there. So we're all together sitting in the class, same the class? No, because here based on their age, based on their level, so those are segregated into different categories. That means pre-primary, primary, high school. Even in the high school you can be considered, even high school also 6th grade, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, plus 1, plus 2, like that. Even in the classes also sections. In the sections again girls separate, boys separate, or in a systematic order. So here also atom is in the last video said that full stop containing the 1 million of the atoms, means small dot containing the 10 lakhs of the atoms, 1 million of the atoms. Then how can we see those arrangement? Again the atom is containing the electron. Okay, saying that atom is very tiny, again in the atom electrons are there. So these all are the data given by our great scientists. Okay na? Here this information by the Thomson, Rutherford, Bose, Heisenberg and de Broglie, even Sommerfeld. Other than this, the most efficient the quantum mechanical model given by the Erwin Schrödinger and Heisenberg. So based on the quantum mechanical model, so quantum numbers are divided to 3 quantum numbers, that is the principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, magnetic quantum number, and additionally one more quantum number is given to give the information about an electron in an atom, that is the spin quantum number. So here 4 quantum number is giving the complete information. So here that is totally based on the data. Okay, now can be discussed. We have to assume that atom is spherical, in that electrons are revolving, center of the atom is nucleus is present, nucleus containing the protons, neutrons. Even protons, neutrons are also made up of quark. Okay, now even quark is containing the 2 ups, 1 down, or neutron is containing the 2 down, 1 up. So in between these particles are gluon is present. So it is a mysterious things, many are there. So here you have to assume and accept, and it should be learn, apply, that's it. Okay, right, we are going to discuss about the electronic configuration. So here electronic configuration based on the atomic number. Atomic number is nothing but number of protons, that is equal to number of electrons. Number of protons, that is equal to number of electrons. Based on the atomic number we will be write the electronic configuration. First of all, what is the definition of the electronic configuration? So the definition is the systematic arrangement of what? Arrangement of electrons where in various atomic orbitals. What are the atomic orbitals here? S, P, D and F, even G, H, I furtherly also can write, but to write the electronic configuration up to 118 elements, S, P, D, F is enough. So the systematic arrangement of the electrons in various atomic orbitals based on their increasing, based on their which one? Energy levels. This is the definition of the electronic configuration. The systematic arrangement of the electrons in various atomic orbitals in the increasing order of their energy levels is called electronic configuration. Okay, so to write the electronic configuration we need first of all atomic number. If we know the exact atomic number for particular atom, if asked that atomic number, write the electronic configuration for the sodium. So to write the electronic configuration, first of all we need the atomic number. Okay na? And simply by knowing atomic number, can we write the electronic configuration? No, here we have to follow some rules and chart. So those are Euler's chart, and second one is the rules. Here rules 3 are there. One is the Abbo principle, second one is the Pauli's exclusion principle, next one Hund's rule. Three things, mainly two things will be followed. 3 are there. One is the atomic number, second one is the Euler's chart, third one is the rules. 3 rules are there. Okay na? Can be discussed about this. First of all, atomic number, you know that in a neutral atom, number of protons equals to number of electrons, that is equals to atomic number. That can be defined as in the 2 ways. The total number of the electrons outside the nucleus. If you consider an atom, electrons are present outside the nucleus. Total number of the electrons outside the nucleus in an atom is called atomic number, or total number of the protons present inside the nucleus is called atomic number. You know that atomic number 1 for the hydrogen. Why sir? For hydrogen 1 given, to helium can give no, having the 1 electron hydrogen, that's what 1 atomic number. Helium having the 2 electrons, that's what 2. Okay na? Here next one, if the atom is having the 10 electrons, that is the atomic number is 10, that means 10 electrons, like that you can be used. So reason once again, electronic configuration can be defined as the systematic arrangement of the electrons in various atomic orbitals based on their increasing energy levels. It is called electronic configuration. And to write the electronic configuration, 3 things we need. One is the atomic number, second one is the Euler's chart, third one is the principles. 3 principles. Okay, right. Atomic number already we know. Next one, Euler's chart can be discussed. What is the Euler's chart? Name of the scientist, Euler. So he has given the arrangement of these orbitals to write the electronic configuration. So Euler's chart. Some are saying that Euler's diagram. Okay, right. So Euler's chart, here we will be write n and l values here, and here period number will be right. Period number, that means n value, n is equals to, period number is n equals to 1, okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What are these? So if we can be consider an atom, nucleus, first cell, second cell, third cell, fourth cell, the cells are present. Okay na? In the cells, first cell we are saying that only 1s is present, second cell 2s 2p, third cell 3s 3p 3d, fourth cell 4s 4p 4d 4f. These 1 2 3 4, these are cells numbers, these are the subshells. Okay na? N value directly shell number, L value is azimuthal quantum number. So here first period number is 1 is nothing but first shell. Okay, n is equal to 1 means first shell containing the only 1s orbital, second cell containing 2s orbitals and 2p orbitals, second cell, and third cell containing the 3s 3p 3d, fourth cell 4s 4p 4d 4f, fifth cell 5s 5p 5d 5f, even can be write 5g also. Here fifth cell g orbital will be c, g subcell will be start, but to write the electronic configuration only up to f is enough. That's why in the textbook also g will not be used, but some rarely they can be asked that what is the L value for the g orbital, or how many number of electrons present in the g value, the total they can ask. We can be discussed now. Next one, sixth cell 6s 6p 6d 6f and so on can be right, means up to h. Okay, next one is 7s 7p 7d 7f 7g 7i. Okay na? 8s 8p 8d 8f 8g 8h 8j, up to j you can be right. Now how can we write the electronic configuration? That means here first of all we know that subshell and how many electrons it can be, how many electrons it can be accommodate. So here subshell S, number of electrons 2, P 6 electrons, D 10 electrons, F 14 electrons. Sir, how you are writing, sir? 2, 6, 10, 14. How to remember? Like the teachers are saying. So, but we have the formula for them. We can to calculate. Here, magnetic in the quantum numbers, magnetic quantum number will give the formula. So, number of electrons in a subshell. Number of electrons in a subshell given by the formula 2 into 2L plus 1 or 4L plus 2. Okay, na? If we know that L value, what is the L value? Can be see here. L value for the s orbital 0, P value 1, D value 2, F value 3. How can we know, sir, these L values? L values depending on the N value. If N value is 1, that is the 0. N value is 2, that means the two values are possible, 0 and 1. Based on that N value, we can use the L values. So based on the L values, suppose here s orbital 2 electrons, how we are saying? So based on this formula, that means electrons in the S subshell that equals to 4 into 0 plus 2, 4 into 0, 0 plus 2, that equals to 2 electrons. 2 electrons. Next, what about the p orbital? We are saying the 6. How it is? P orbital, L value is which one? 1. So 4 into 1 plus 2, that equals to 4 into 1, 4, 4 plus 2, that equals to 6. Okay. Similarly, d orbital, 4 into 2 plus 2, 4 into 2, 8, 8 plus 2, 10 electrons. Next, f orbital, 14, because L value is 3, 4 into 3, 12, 12 plus 2, 14. Next, they can ask G also. How many number of electrons present in the G orbital, G subshell? L value will be get 4. So 4 into 4, 16, 16 plus 2, 18. Simply, to remember you, simple, the 4 electrons are difference. Okay, na? Actually, that is the blind symbols to remember the 4 electrons. But logically can be remembered. The formula using is 2 into TL plus 2 or 4L plus 2. Okay? Right. So here based on the number of electrons, that means here 1 electron is present, electron will be goes in 1s orbital. So again here in which orbital the electron can be goes are. So here 1s, 2s, 3s, all these are present, no? First electron will be enters into which one? So here that is depending on the energy. Energy, how can we calculate? Energy based on the N plus L value. If N plus L value is less, that is the indicating that low energy. If N plus L value is high, that is indicating that high energetic. That's what here. 1s, 1 plus 0, S value is 0, that means 1. For 2s, 2 plus 0, that is the 2. 2p, that's 2 plus L value for p orbital is 1, that equals to 3. For 3s, 3 plus 0 equals to 3. 3p, 3 plus 1 equals to 4. 3 plus 3d, so 3 plus 2, that equals to 5. This is the 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, 3d. Next to 4s also can be taken. 4 plus 0, that equals to 4. 4p, 4 plus 1, that equals to 5. Okay, now. Okay, here which is having the low N plus L value, that is indicating that low energy. Low energy. So first electrons, how many electrons will be entered? First one electron will be goes. Second electron will be goes. Then what about the third electron? Because here s orbital capacity is to hold only 2 electrons. My capacity is only 2 dosha. If the third dosha will come, I cannot. Okay, na? Same the thing here. S orbital capacity only 2 electrons to hold. 2 electrons. That is one is clockwise direction, second one is anti-clockwise direction. Third electron where can be enters? Third electron will be goes to next 2 are available, 2s and 2p. To which subcell the electron will be enters? So based on the N plus L value, 2s, 2p, 2s value 2, 2p value 3. So first 2s. And then after filling up 2s, here 3 orbitals are available, 3s, 3p, 2p. Then consider that N plus L values. So N plus L value is same for the 2p and 3s. Then which orbital? If N plus L value is same, then we will be consider the N value. N value is which one? 2p, which is having the low N value, that is the low energy. If N value is high, that is high energy. Because in the atom, we discussed that means in the Bohr's model, Bohr said that one point, the N value is increases, energy and size will be also increases. energy and size will be increased. So second cell, third cell, second cell is the low n value. Low n value is nothing but low energy. Or you can be remember with the shell which is nearer to the nuclear energy, which is the n value increases, energy will be increases. That's what here electron will be enters into 2p orbital. After 2p, here p orbital capacity 6 electrons. P orbital capacity 6 electrons. So 6 electrons will be after filling up 6 electrons. Next to 3s. Next to same that's like this. That's what here. Here one bit asks that. So why the electrons are entering into the 4s orbital before entering into 3d? That means here based on the n plus L value we can be discussed. N plus L value of the 4s orbital is 4, 3d orbital is 5. That's what first electrons going into the 4s orbital, then electron will be enters into the d orbital. Okay, right. So like this the order can be fill. The order of filling of electrons. Up to here 120 elements can be fills. 120 electronic configuration can be right. Next one 6f, next one 7d, 8s, 9p will become. Okay na, to write that electronic configuration up to 118 elements. These subshells are enough up to 5f orbital. Okay na, right. This is the Euler's chart. Euler's chart is total information you need, then only can be easily can be right. Okay, right. Next one is rules we are going to discuss. Okay, Euler chart okay, atomic number okay. Next third one is rules. What are the 3 rules? So first one is Abbo principle. Second one is the Pauli's exclusion principle. Third one is the Hund's rule. So first one is Abbo principle. Abbo is nothing but that is meaning building up. Build up is nothing but building up, means making and increasing. That means according to Abbo principle, so electron enters into the atomic orbital which is having the low energy. So low energy values based on the n plus L value can be find. Okay na, very simple. Abbo principle is electron entering into the atomic orbital which has the low energy. Then how can we find the which is the low energy? Just now we discussed that based on the n plus L value. Okay. Next one is Pauli's exclusion principle. Pauli's exclusion. So next one is Pauli's exclusion principle. So here, according to Pauli, okay na, he said that no 2 electrons in an atom can have 4 quantum numbers. 4 quantum numbers same. Means if you take any atom, the 2 electrons will not having the 4 quantum numbers same. That's what saying, that no 2 electrons in an atom can have the 4 quantum numbers same. So each one, maybe 3 quantum numbers will be same, but 4th one compulsory will be different. That is the Pauli's exclusion principle. So according to this principle, we said that only s orbital capacity is 2 electrons. Why it is 2 electrons? Third electron can be enters. No, if third electron will be enters, what happens? 2 will be having the same direction. That means spinning. That's what the maximum. According to your bit, you will get asked that any orbital number of electrons capacity is 2. That is the one is with anti-parallel spin, with the opposite spin. That means one is the clockwise direction, and second one is the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, right here this is the Pauli's exclusion principle, and next one, last one is Hund's rule. Third one is Hund's rule. So Hund's rule saying that pairing of electrons in degenerate orbitals takes place after half-filled or singly occupied. singly occupied. Means degenerate orbital. Degenerate orbitals are nothing but here which are having the orbitals which are having the same energy. Which are having the same energy here. Suppose p orbital. S orbital is no degenerate orbitals. S orbital is only one subshell. But coming to p orbital having the three orbitals. P subshell is having the three orbitals. That is the px, py, pz. Next one d is having the 5. dxy, dyz, dzx, dx square, dz square. So these are having the orbitals are having the same energy. These are called degenerate orbitals. In the case of degenerate orbitals, first pairing will be takes place when after half filled, means first electron will be enters into each one orbital, then pairing will be start. Okay na? So this is the wrong one. Which one? If the two electrons entered like this, means this is the wrong. Here Hund's rule is violated. Violated is nothing but is not followed. Okay na? In the according to Hund's rule, pairing will be takes place in the case of degenerate orbitals after half filled or after which one singly occupied. In the case of the d orbitals, first 5 electrons will be enters into 5 orbitals because all are having the same energy. That's what each electron will be enters into 5 orbitals. Okay na? The 6th electron will be paired up, 7th electron, 8th electron, 9th electron, 10th electron. Okay, so this is the degenerate orbitals. That's why here nitrogen electronic configuration you can see that 1s2. So first one you can see that hydrogen electronic configuration atomic number is 1, electronic configuration 1s1. Next to helium atomic number is 2, electron configuration 1s2. Next one lithium 3. We cannot write 1s3 because maximum capacity of s orbital is 2. That's what 1s2. Next electron 2s1. Next to beryllium atomic number 4, electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2. Boron atomic number 5, electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p1. Next to carbon atomic number is 6, electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. So here the Hund's rule can be explained by taking the carbon, nitrogen, oxygen. So carbon atomic number 6, electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. Next one nitrogen atomic number 7, 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. Next one oxygen atomic number 8, next to 2s2, 2p4. So this orbital box electronic configuration can be right 2p2. 2p2 is nothing but here 2 electrons will be enters into 2, or one is the px orbital, second one is the py orbital. Next to 2p3 here. 2p3 is nothing but here 3 electrons, px1 orbital, py1 orbital, pz1 orbital. Next one 2p4 here. 2p4 is nothing but here 4 electrons, first electron, second electron, third electron, fourth electron. Okay na? That's what here nitrogen is half filled. Half filled means that is the more stable. We can be discuss that. So this is the electronic configuration of the elements. You can be right. So here within 30 elements, 2 elements are differing. That means having the different electronic configuration. Those are the very important. One is the chromium atomic number 24, electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6. Next one 4s2, 3d4 has to come if we write according to these rules. But here small changes 4s1, 3d5. Okay now similarly in the case of copper also atomic number 20. Right, here the electronic configuration of the copper is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d9 has to come. But differently it is behaving that one of the electron is going to 4s2, 3d, because here if the electrons are 4s2, next one 3d4, 1 2 3 4, then what happens here? Here it to become half filled it requires the 1 electron, so that 1 electron will be shifted to here too. The electron will be shifted to here. That's what 4s1, 3d5 will becomes. In the case of copper also actually 4s2, next one 3d9. Okay na? 1 2 3 4 5. So how those 9 electrons? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Here to become fulfill, okay na, 1 electron is required. That 1 electron is shifting to here to here. That's what here 4s1, 3d10. Very important. It okay na? In the competitive manner they will be asked that. Here why the electron 1 is shifting from the s orbital to d orbital? That means here whenever the orbitals are half filled or full filled, more stable. Remember half filled half filled or fulfilled or more stable. Half filled or fulfilled, more stable. That's what here electron is shifting from the 4s to 3d. That's what 4s1 3d 5. Very important. Okay, and this one is 4s to 3d 10. So this one also can be write as, instead of this total inert gas electronic configuration, argon 4s1 3d 10, 3d 5, and this one argon 4s1 3d 10. Very important electronic configuration. Within 30 elements, 2 elements are differing, means not following the, which one here, which rule is violated? Which rule is violated is nothing but here Abbo principle is violated, because 4s is low energy than that of 3d. That's what here low energy orbital is not filled, but electrons are going to higher energy level. That's what here Abbo principle is violated. Okay, this electronic configuration is very important. First, to write the electronic configuration, we require the Maillard chart and these 3 principles. Okay, na? Right. Hope you understood. Thank you.